Hello guys, my name is George Wilkinson and I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. This is the Global Scholar YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, well, on this channel I share highly valuable information and tips for anyone planning to study abroad, and this includes how to secure offers from some of the leading educational institutions in the world, the latest scholarship opportunities and how to apply for them, travel advice, exchange programs, free courses and more. And so if you love stuff like this, subscribe and become part of this community. My past couple of videos have centered around helping, new international students who have secured or who are still in the process of securing admissions and are about to begin the new academic year, which happens to be in September, to prepare for this journey ahead of them and to give them tips and advice for this new exciting phase of their life. I can't believe that personally a year has just gone by for me. A year ago, I was in the same state. I was nervous, I was anxious. I had tons of questions and I was seriously preparing to, travel to Aberdeen to start my master's degree. But a year on, here I am, and I can't believe I'm here sharing advice with you out there. In my last video, I provided a step-by-step guide in applying for your UK student visa or the Tier 4 student visa. And so in today's video, my assumption is that you have received your student visa and you are currently preparing to travel to the UK to begin your studies. And so this video is a guide to help you. It is a pre-travel preparations just to ensure that you have everything intact before you travel. Let's begin. Now, the very first thing I'd like you to check in your preparations to travel is to check the details of your student visa. It is highly advised that once your visa arrives, you go through and check that every detail on your visa is correct, including your name, your date of birth, and your visa duration. Also on your visa, you are likely to find information about your permission to work, so be sure to look out for that. Normally, this should be around 20 hours per week or less for some students. Now, before I continue, I am on some forums and I've seen a lot of people posting about receiving emails about their visas and what that means. And it puts them in a state of panic. And so I just want to share some light or share some information about it. So usually what happens these days is that the UK embassy, if they will refuse you the visa, they will write to you in an email. And so once you put in your application and you receive an email that your passport has been dispatched, then that is very likely that your visa has been approved. So just have that at the back of your mind. It is not 100% certain that it is, but usually when you haven't been written to about a denial and you receive an email that your passport has been dispatched after your application, then that's a high probability that you have been granted a visa. So have that in mind. Now, after checking the details of your visa, the next thing that you need to do as soon as possible is to book your flights. In booking your flights, I recommend using a website like Skyscanner. I'll put a link in the description box below. It aggregates the flights options that are available to you and their prices, and then you can make a decision based on the options that you have. In booking your flight, one advice I would like to give you, which is in your own interest, is to book a return flight which has flexible dates of change. The reason why I'm saying that is because when I was traveling to the UK, I booked a one-way flight. I knew I'd be here for some time, and so to me I didn't see the need of immediately booking a return flight. But upon arrival and spending a couple of months, you will miss your family, and sometimes you will have the desire to want to visit home or visit the family back home. And in this case, I will have to buy a new ticket. But if I had secured a return ticket, then I could have gone home without the extra cost. Yes, it may cost you a little bit of money, but in comparison to having to buy a new ticket in my situation, if I need to go home, it is relatively more expensive. And so a little tip here, just book a return ticket. You just don't know when you may need to visit home again. Now let's get to the juicy part of your whole pre-travel preparations, which is in packing. Now packing is one of the most important things that you need to do, because obviously you need to get your packing right, just so that you don't sit back in regret once you arrive at your study destination. And so I'm going to just go through a few things that are very essential that you need to pack. But in the description box below, I'm going to leave a link to a document that you can download for free. It's absolutely free. It is a PDF document of an exhaustive list of things that you need to bear in mind or you might consider in your packing. And so I'll leave that in the description box below. It's available to download for absolutely free. In your packing, these are some very essential things that you must not, forget in putting in your bag. So the very first one is your travel documents, of course, which includes your passport. And then in some instances, you need to carry along your TB test or your academic documents from your prior education. The next thing that you need to pack, obviously, are your clothes, and you will need to pack some warm clothing. The weather will be a bit cold. Obviously, in September, we will be in fall, which is autumn, and autumn also can be very cold. It gets rainy, the weather is cloudy, it's wet, and so I suggest you pack some warm clothing, but don't overstuff your bag too much with warm clothing, as warm clothing can be heavy, and so they can make your overall luggage very, very heavy. But just pack a few. And once you get here and you need more, there are shops all around that you can visit and buy some for cheap. But like I'm saying, in the packing checklist that I will leave in the description box below, you can find the list of all the things, the essentials in terms of the clothing that you may need to carry along. So do check that one out. The next thing you probably need to look at packing is some kitchen stuff. Not so much, just maybe a cup, a mug, cutlery set that you will need initially. Because most of the kitchens here already have these stuff, and even if you need them, there are shops all around again that you can purchase them for cheap, so you don't need to overstuff your luggage with these things. And then going on, you will need to pack your electronics. Obviously, this includes your laptop and your cables and your adapters. And so if your electricals, they need adapters, please don't forget to bring along an adapter. I'll pop on the screen here somewhere how the sockets in the UK look like, and then maybe that should guide you. So you will need to pack some food. You should pack some food, highly recommended. So get some local food as much as you can, pack it in your bag. Just bear in mind that once you get to the UK, you will need to declare what you have in your bag in terms of food, and absolutely do pack some food, some local food. You will need them, especially if you will have to be in quarantine or you need to isolate because of the COVID. Moving on, another important thing that you need to carry along or pack is your immunization or vaccination cards. Like I said previously, you will probably need to bring along your TB test. Just have that at hand. At the moment, it's not mandatory, but if you have proof of your COVID vaccination, you should probably carry that along for just in case. And also, if you have a yellow fever card, carry that along. At the moment, they are not mandatory, but it's just advisable to have them at hand. Also, depending on the airline that you decide to fly with, you may be required to conduct a COVID test prior to leaving your home country, so bear in mind and check with your airline before traveling from home. Finally, another important information that you need before you travel from home is to confirm your accommodation address, because you will need this information to fill out the form at your airport, and also upon arrival in the UK, you will need to provide the address of where you will be residing. And so please have this information at hand also. Alright guys, that's a wrap. I hope this was helpful. If it was, smash the like button and pop every question that you have in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the link in the description box below to download my free packing guide checklist. Don't go yet. In my next video, I'm sharing some very important information as well, all the information that you need to settle in upon arrival. I'll be talking about observing all the health protocols in your first week, opening a bank account, applying for your NI, buying a SIM card, downloading the relevant apps for transportation, shopping, etc. And so I have tons of information coming up in the next video. Don't miss that video. It's coming up right after this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, smash the subscribe button and become part of this community. I'll catch you in the next video. My name is George. Peace. Bye-bye.